Yeah, I know it's been a while. Another while. It's like the last of the commentaries that I've been recording. Had some things on my mind I wanted to share. I have to keep in mind that this whole sharing things on the internet stuff is just an outlet. Ain't none of you are gonna contribute or I don't know, the words are just very difficult to say. Not just with that, but like everything. It's like as time passes, the words become more and more difficult to say. As more and more I separate myself from this whole online crap. Some people are meant to have views and some people aren't. Some people are meant to make money sharing bullshit. Some people are meant to make nothing sharing something helpful. Depending on the outlook on the person. And the more that you deal with people, the more you have to cater to one's perception rather than the reality of how things function or the reality of things coming into play. Or it's just the more you deal with people, the more you have to cater to their delusion rather than just being yourself, rather being helpful or authentic. Doesn't even matter. Even the so-called truther communities of any aspect of life, whether it's social, political. Now, I'm not talking about online crap. I mean, just dealing with people in general. You have to lie. What's the point on having relationships when you're surrounded by folks who prefer deception? You don't see any authenticity in that. You don't see any authenticity in how they think, what they care for. It's just fake. Just so you can get something out of somebody. How shallow is that? You know, I don't know if I had given up on the whole escaping the Matrix thing. I don't know if I've detached from beyond just talking about it, beyond just, because the truth and the spirituality is beyond just the words that you speak. It's all about how you apply yourself in your everyday life. Fuck the glamour, fuck the presentation, the garbs that you wear to make yourself seem different, the knowledge you obtain, all that means nothing. Only thing matters is your character, man. And what I find is a lot of people are full of shit and they hide behind their spiritual philosophy or this movement that makes them seem like they're holier than thou. But they're doing the same shit the other people are doing, but in their mind, they tell themselves that they're doing much better. I'm not judging people, but I'm just putting it out there that a lot of the shit out here is just bullshit. So when I take my leave or take my break, I'm just sharing what I'm sharing on my channel. I don't care who comes and says anything. Because it's not about that. It's not about validation. It's just about reaching the few that care. Who cares if you get 100,000 views? What kind of views are they? It's the important thing, you know? I was thinking about something I said earlier. Slipped my mind. But this thing I was thinking about earlier, this topic, if you would just say, oh, just work hard, bro. Oh, you didn't achieve this, you just didn't do anything. I'm like, you can tell a lot of these people are not really there in awareness. They're not aware of shit. They just used to things going their way. So they see someone that don't have things go their way, they assume Oh, maybe I just didn't work hard enough. Maybe they just didn't work hard enough. Maybe I didn't get lucky and I'm a product of circumstance. No, maybe you just didn't do the right thing. And they know in the back of their mind, deep down, it's bullshit. But with the lack of proper diet and conditioning and their own selfishness, they'll believe that they did the right thing. You or anyone else did the wrong thing. Because selfishness and greed is a motherfucker. I've been too vocal on the shit, like as far as like being recorded. What's the point? We all see it. Some of us are culprits of this. Those who listen and those who record their own thoughts as well. I'm not saying anyone in particular, I'm just speaking in general. But it's just nobody can just make things happen just by hard work alone. Sometimes we have to wait on circumstances to turn into our favor. Sometimes we gotta wait until the people that we're surrounded by come into our favor, or we have the opportunity to move out of an area that will tip things more in our favor. If people see things happen to you unfairly, they'll assume maybe it's just you, maybe you did something. What if I didn't do anything? And I say I as the person, not I as in me personally. But that's not what this whole spiel is about. My point being is people will assume that you did something wrong. A lot of times, the hive thing. If you're not a certain type of a person, the hive is going to treat you different. It's common sense when you think about it, but the common sense isn't, well, common. Common sense is actually alien when you think about it. The ability to discern and understand is very alien. No matter how many years you've spent into a facility that is designed to give you generational debt, aka college. Not like the community college, but the actual college, you know. My point being is it varies to person. Maybe the earthbound people, they have more of a set standard of debt or whatever, or liability on things you gotta do to achieve things in life. Their life is pretty much simple, basically. But some of us, some of them, some of whoever, we're all different. So I'm just bringing forth the abstractness of existence, since people can't see the obvious canvas that's being painted over constantly. It's amazing to me how so many people can only see what they want to see rather than what's in front of them. And they're all heading to a cliff. Paint that picture and you understand what I'm saying. Some people can't paint, so that might turn into something bad. I don't know. But yeah, it's just a lot of things just seem like it's very illusory. Over the time when you start to understand reality, you lose your passion when it comes to like dealing with the world, dealing with people. Not seeking validation. Like, for example, if you're an artist and your goal is to put out a profound message to enlighten people or to bring out people's best selves and encourage treatment and understanding, good treatment and understanding of people, and reaching a higher level of being, connecting to the primordial, the pure self. Folks would turn away from that. generally I've seen that, and back when I used to do art, I realized, man, it's no point. So over time, my passion started to dwindle, and not just in art, but in a lot of things. I have peace with myself, but it just I don't have peace with the world because the world is in constant fluctuation. The world is in constant war. Sometimes I get so caught up in my mundanity, I forget how deep I am. Sometimes I get caught up in trying to MacGyver and survive. And dealing with people and the stress and bullshit, I forget. Like, I'm not meant to be doing this shit. I'm speaking for myself now, but a lot of us, like, we're not meant to be doing this shit. We need to do something more. Even more than just talking on the internet, saying a whole lot of deep shit to, like, spark our consciousness, man. We just masturbating, man. We ain't doing shit. All of you talk, oh, I'm getting money. And what are you doing beyond getting money, bro? You're still paying the same ass bills. You're not building nothing. You're not creating nothing. You're not finessing the matrix, bro. You're just getting money so you can buy things. Okay, that's great when it comes to certain aspects within the matrix, but you're still on the level to where you're depending on money more so than some other people. And it's not about the money, it's not about the government, it's not about the so-called social media, it's about, empowerment beyond just getting money. Health, spirituality, understanding, becoming one with the spirit while trapped in a carnal vessel, in this carnal experience, gaining insight, stabilizing your inner breath focus, your Tai Chi, whatever you call it, whatever type of thing. Some people hear my words and assume what level, what practitioner I might be when it comes to that whole meditation thing. I went deep. I'll say that I'm not a perfected practitioner. I have my flaws. I get emotional sometimes, but I'm pretty sure where I'm at. I live somewhat peaceful, but I stress every day. I do the best I can with what I have. I have a nice little space for myself. It's not perfect, but I'm all right. Good. Not even care about you. But it's all good, man. Shit. When it really matters, only a handful of people actually be worth their weight in salt, let alone in gold. But a lot of people you meet in your life, they'll say, oh, this person's shit, or this ain't shit, that ain't shit. But then the person they said wasn't worth fuck actually is somewhat decent, solid. They're not perfect, they're not ideal, but they really key at work. Not many people, even people that claim that they're real, don't even do that. So it's like, I don't really give a shit. I know that me personally, I'm gonna die alone, and the only thing that matters is my connection to primordial. Me talking on these videos don't show that my connection has grown. My connection actually gotten deeper. Just a little bit because, I did a lot of work to get where I was before. But it's like, the only value is your connection to spirit. Christians say this shit all the time, but they say such a mundane, anthropomorphized way to get you caught up in the personage rather than the connection, the state of this being. So all it is, when you get caught up in the low levels of being, you get over emotional, you get focused on mundane shit, and you forget about your purpose. I found a calling and talking about the shit and sharing my look. Instead of just going through and keeping it on myself, I tell them you better really care. I'm not grifting, I'm not sharing nothing so I can get some money from you. I'm not selling you anything. I never sold you anything when I started shit. Some people share what they had, and I appreciate that. I always have. It always stuck with me, even to this day. I appreciate those who reciprocated. I appreciate those that gave. If I was rich, I would magnify what they give and give it back even more. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's about your time, your effort, your energy. The most priceless thing that we have is really what we have to offer, not the money, our time, our ideas, our creativity. And that's what this world, this simulation, whatever you call it, forms of us right now. I'm speaking from the heart. So I'm just telling you what it is. You don't have to believe it. We all can see it. If we dig deep down, we can see it. It's not about the money. That's why they fluctuate the value of the dollar. That's why they do all this stuff. The value of the dollar is perceptual. So they get you to work even harder. When the world is falling apart, they make you work even harder, raise the prices so you have to work harder just to scrape by, paying for the same shit you normally pay for. They take away the ownership and the control of the privacy. So we have to pay them. And instead of us figuring out how we can get us a trust or anything that like give us liberation, we so busy talking about fucking chematology or a philosophy or racial superiority or the politics. It's just so stupid. Why the fuck we don't come together and do nothing? Why don't we focus on how to get money outside of the system where we can stay within a parameter and don't have to pay anything because we don't sign any paperwork? When you sign paperwork and adopt a role, you sign a contract, you have to fulfill that role until the contract is expired. Contract law is above common law, all that stuff. I'm telling you real shit. Not telling you what I think or feel. I'm telling you what I know from research and experience. When you make an oath, you have to honor it until the oath bearer or the oath breaker no longer has to comply or do anything. That's the real fucking law. You operate in a certain boundary, you are obligated to do certain things. If you're a nobody, you practically have hardly any obligation. Some days you get caught off guard. Police might pull you over, but what can they do when you have done nothing wrong? Nothing. So why get irate and give them something? Don't give them shit. Be calm and respectful because they're just people like you. I mean, yeah, you can call them an NPC or earthbound or a carnal-minded person. Sure, man, but at the end of the day, man, they just living. They are alive like you are, and they just going through their day. So why make it more difficult than it has to be? It's very, I'm not knocking a female, but it's feminine, man, to be like that. You have to stay centered when you're going through shit. A lot of people, man, I said it in my last one, I said, man, a lot of people just straight bitches. I didn't use profanity, I don't think so far, I can't remember. I'm sleepy and tired. It's like 11 o'clock? Yeah, 11 o'clock p.m., yeah. It's just like people just bitch me, man, they ain't about nothing. So I'm like, I live my life somewhat peacefully. I avoid bullshit, focus on my health more. So fuck that whole pescatarian crap for now. I've been vegan for a couple of months, technically. If you just want to know, I felt better. I have my days where I have water retention and shit. Started back eating rice and that shit happened. Rice, cabbage, broccoli. Man, fuck rice. Rice ain't no good. Maybe basmati rice, but not no white rice, even though you wash it. Change the subject. Basically, man, talk about cleaning your spirit, clean your temple, live in peace. If a person show you a sign, believe it. That's who they are. You think, oh man, it's just a mistake. Oh, everybody makes them. Person show you a couple of signs, man, cut them off. Don't fuck with them no more. Move on with your life. You hate the relationship at the end, but in reality, it wasn't a real relationship. You thought it was. If a person really cared, they'd talk to you with no string attached without wanting something in return for them even checking on you. If it takes a person almost a month to check on you, or a week, or almost 2 weeks, maybe a week is cool, but almost 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, they supposed to be your friend? Nah, they ain't shit. If you gotta make the initiative first, and they're that selfish where they don't make any initiative unless they need something, I tell you what it is. They know your phone number. Just look at the shit, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Sorry to say it like that, but I'm real. Where I'm at, when you chime into this, it's authenticity. It's from the heart. It's not bullshit. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. It's just, it's like it gets depressing knowing that you're in a world, you the only person like you. And I ain't talking about like certain personality traits, certain things you like to do. I mean, just your character, how you treat people, your understanding of reality. We ain't perfectly aligned, but there's people that are generally like you. Either they're scattered apart or they practically don't exist, or they just don't exist. We're all individually different, so yeah, at that point, there's no one like you, but the point being is there are individuals that can relate to you, so it's like, what the hell? So many people are delusional and selfish. So few actually have empathy, compassion, and mercy towards another. It's crazy. Now, if someone killed someone precious to me, I ain't gonna have much mercy for them. They didn't have mercy for the person they killed. So that's different. But I'm just saying, like, this world has became so milquetoast, so soft, so triggered easily over the smallest thing. It's worse than dice, man. I'd rather roll the dice. At least the odds are 50-50, depending on the game, instead of 1 in 18, and it's rigged on top of that. It's just not worth playing. The dating game, any game, even working a typical 9 to 5. It's better to find a few people that can do business with you, stick with them, and just live life and wait to croak. And as time passes, things become more and more complicated and convoluted. So it's like, what's the point of this whole thing? Don't make no sense to me. But I don't know, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I appreciate those who did listen. Thank you always. But you listening don't benefit me at all, as long as it reaches spirit within you. That's the only prize. That's the only value. It's always how it's been. But I ain't gonna talk no more. Y'all have a good night, all right? Peace.